how would you assess like your team's performance through that whole weekend of Big 12 play?
Um, how would I assess the whole weekend? Well, obviously you lost 2 games, 2 one-run games, and that's always really hard. I take a lot of responsibility for that. Really feel like when you lose a one-run game with good players, it has a lot to do with some moves you make during the game, and we'll just try to do better next time.
And Josh, I mean, he was back after an injury, and his presence was clearly known. What was y'all's like whole process for bringing him back? You said you were going to be cautious.
That's really in Brian Simpson's hands and Grant Stovall's initially, and then once Josh feels like he might be able to go, then it's a decision based on if you feel like if it's going to hinder him later on. And everything we've been told, it's an injury that'll be nagging for a little bit, and then it'll be gone.
You talked about Caleb. Last week, you were the one that said that you were encouraged by his start against Wichita State after he gave up 6 runs. You liked what you saw. He was better than his stat line, and then he goes out, throws 7 innings, giving up just 1 hit. What precisely about like his stuff during that game and on Saturday really impressed you?
Yeah, I really just thought this past weekend was very much like the weekend before. He had command of 3 pitches. The difference is we went out and made plays behind him and kept the double play in order when we needed to. He's a guy that, the more times he gets on the mound, the better he's going to get. And that's kind of been his track record. It should be fun to watch him.
Coach, kind of going off of that with really all 3 starters the whole weekend, you mentioned last week how you're wanting to get 5-6 innings out of your starters so you didn't have to throw as many times. It seemed like all 3 guys gave you really good starts so you didn't have to run through many arms throughout the weekend.
Yeah, we did run into the deal on Friday. I mean, Erickson's back kind of flared up on him from, I guess, the bus ride. Don't really know what it was from, and so we had to go to the bullpen a little bit early on Friday. But the other 2, I mean, I don't know if you can ask for much more out of those guys. But I think if you ask them too, I think they would say you could. I mean, I think both of them can go within the game and within their start and find things that they can execute better. And at the same time, they're not going to be perfect. I mean, they're amateur pitchers and are all trying to get there.
Is the message to the team after that series that we played really good baseball pretty much all weekend with the exception of 5-minute stretch here, 5-minute stretch here, just forget that part and get back to what we're doing and we'll be okay?
Well, I wish that's what it was. We had some breakdowns, obviously. At that point, really, right when you're done, the message is more than anything, you really like our team and you like the makeup of our team, but we're not there yet. We've got things to do. We've got to be better fundamentally. And usually when you start looking at it, you start looking at close games within a weekend. First thing is you need to want to play close games. And then you need to embrace the fundamentals of the game. Because when you don't do that, they usually rear their head in a one-run game. And also there's the ability to pick each other up through the weekend. And that's baseball. There's going to be some physical mistakes. You hope for not too many mental ones. And all teammates have the opportunity to pick each other up. And so I wish the message was that simple. I wouldn't say we play good baseball. We play good baseball, there's more margin for error, on some of the other stuff.
How did this weekend schedule come about, having 2 different teams come in for a 5-game series?
There's a guy named David Thurno that's from Denton. He's Stetson's pitching coach. They've had a head coaching change, I think, in the last 3 years, and he was still there, and we had them on the schedule. And then Michigan had somebody drop them within a weekend. And so we had Stetson on for the weekend. And then Michigan called and said, hey, we're looking for somewhere to go. And so we picked up the phone and called David and said, hey, what do you think about this? You'll still get 3 games, and we'll get more games. And actually really excited about it because the ability to run out 5 different starters in the middle of conference play. And so there's a lot of opportunity there. We just came off just the trip to Austin. We didn't pitch quite a few guys. I mean, there's quite a few bullpen guys that we need to get going, and so excited about that opportunity for everybody.
What's the rotation look like for this 5-game series?
Yeah, 5 games is tough. We're dealing with Erickson right now, as far as kind of seeing when he's going to fit in there, based on when he can throw his side, his bullpen. We're going to start Micah Dallas tomorrow. It's a good time to give him an opportunity to start. Planning on going Killian game 2. And then pretty much need to see, obviously you'd like to go Lanning somewhere in there, and Mason somewhere in there, and Bonin somewhere in there. So that's who will start. It's just a matter of when they'll start.
So how much, how do you view this, getting a taste of conference play and then a couple games out of conference, then back in there? Is it a big advantage having it laid out that way, you think?
We'll see. I mean, I think it's a big advantage getting to play 5 days in a row. I think anytime you can do that, it's going to force you to play different lineups. It's going to give guys opportunities. Doesn't mean your results are going to be great, but you should come away with some information. I don't know about answers, but information. And again, with the bullpen, we generally don't throw guys back-to-back days other than a couple guys, and so it's going to create where those guys should get tuned up a little bit.
Other than pitching, what really changes preparation-wise, or just really how you get the guys ready, what you do game adjustment-wise when it's a 5-game homestand compared to 3?
We'll probably make that decision on Saturday. Saying we get to play Thursday, Friday with the weather and everything, you probably start managing energy and bodies somewhere in there. But the one thing I think that's really important is, you're talking about batting practice is 40 or 45 minutes. I mean, if you can't take a 45-minute batting practice for a game 5 days in a row, we probably need to go talk to our conditioning guy. I mean, we're probably not in very good shape, but at the same time, I don't take that for granted. I think that preparation's important. If it's important to Ozzie Smith, it's probably important to these guys. And so going out and getting in rhythm and timing each day is important. And in baseball, it's pretty elusive. I mean, it's not like you just go hit somebody and, and you take them to the ground. It's a deal where it's a round bat and a round ball, and you got a glove and you got to throw strikes and execute pitches. And so it's a challenge. I mean, there's been many guys feel great one day and they walk in there the next day and they got to spend some time trying to find it. So that's probably something that all groups have to learn and all individuals have to learn as they go, because this game's there's been many guys go 2 for 2 or go a clean inning and think they got it figured out, and they look up and go, oh, what just happened? So mental side of it and physical is important.
How much of Michigan have you been able to scout out?
What I really know is Eric Bakich, really good baseball coach, guy coached under Tim Corbin at Vanderbilt, really good recruiter, really aggressive recruiter. With that and the Michigan brand, they're going to have good players. You look at their top 2 guys in their rotation, the numbers are kind of off the charts. You look at the one weekend they went out to L.A. and played in the Dodger Classic or whatever it's called. All those games were competitive. I can't imagine Bakich ever putting a team together anywhere. It's not going to have some really good baseball players on it. Guys recruited at a high level for a long time. And so there's going to be some challenges there. And Stetson's going to be the same way. Probably important for our team to understand, you're dealing with a 3-game weekend first, and then you're going to Stetson. I mean, I don't really want to group them together, if that makes sense. You kind of take it one day at a time. And with Michigan, it'll be a good challenge for us. You're going to have to go earn it.
You talk about the top of their rotation. You got like Carl Kaufman, whose ERA is right around 1. What have you seen from him? Yeah,
I hadn't seen him. I've seen the left-hander that'll throw tomorrow. And Joseph and Matt and Ray, they do a bunch of that stuff, and Goot. I'm really right now more trying to focus on our guys and what they need to do to play at a high level. There's a fine line there between what they're trying to do and what you're trying to do. And most of the time we're trying to do what our strength is. And so you got to get guys, again, in rhythm and timing and trying to be fundamentally sound.
So Josh, what was it like to be able to get back out there on this weekend for a conference series? I mean, you must have been itching to get back on the field.
Yeah, haven't really sat out many games before in my career, just in baseball in general. So, get back out there and help the team win, or at least try to win. This past weekend was great. Just felt good to get back out there, but we're taking it day by day.
Tim said that it was something that they're going to be obviously really cautious with you because they need you for the long haul, but obviously that you were back out there. Are you 100% now?
We are taking it day by day. I just keep working with the trainer to try to get everything taken care of, but really it's just one of those things that we just got to see how it is when I wake up that day.
Was it good to get out, not only go in Big 12 play, but have such a good opponent on the road to really test yourself in not just like a 1 or 2 games, but 3 games against a really good competition? Does that make you more confident about what you can do?
Oh yeah, for sure. The environment we played in was great, especially for the young guys to actually get out there and get acclimated to something like that. You probably won't have another environment like that. 7,000, 8,000 fans a game was just awesome to play in front of. We didn't do what we wanted to do down there, obviously, but just that environment is going to help us for the long haul for sure.
Can I ask Coach about this team? It seems like you guys have bounced back really well this season from losing a game or 2, and then you guys so far have really responded. Now getting 5 straight days to play at home, is that a good opportunity for you guys to get back under yourself, get 2 different teams, just get a lot of momentum rolling?
Yeah, for sure. Bouncing back is the biggest thing in baseball because you can go out there one day and suck, and the next day you got another opportunity to play. And for us, our identity so far has been that when we get knocked down, we get back up and fight again. So it'll be interesting to see. We've never played 5 days in a row before, so that's going to be a grind in itself and a test, but I think we're ready for it.
We asked Coach about the pitching overall. So guys were going deep. There were a lot of good outings this last weekend. Where did you sit from your perspective? I mean, obviously you're out there with them. Whenever you're bagging, they're holding them to 0, 1, hits for like inning after inning. How does that give you comfort, or how does that affect you as a batter and a fielder?
Our pitching staff, starting pitching was phenomenal all weekend. Our bats, we didn't hit very much in the clutch. In Texas, we out-hit them. I don't know what it was. It seemed like they had 8 hits all weekend, but all their hits were in the clutch. And I think we left like 9 runners on base Sunday. So we were shooting ourselves in the foot at the plate. Our pitching staff kept us in every game, and that's all you can ask them to do. So they did a great job, and I think they can just build off that because that environment was unreal to pitch in. And like Mason Montgomery striking Duke Ellis out with bases loaded, shutting the crowd up real quick, that was pretty cool, and I think they'll all build off that momentum.
What's your biggest takeaway from the weekend series in Austin?
Like Josh was saying, it's a great environment. Got all of our young guys ready to play in this Big 12 series that we're going to have great environments going on throughout the season.
Have you played 5 games in 5 days before?
Maybe at junior college, but for sure not here.
Does that make this weekend, while baseball's always a grind, is this even more like a marathon weekend, knowing that every single day you've got to be up and ready to go for these games?
It'll for sure be a grind. Playing 5 days in a row, most of our players haven't done it unless you were doing it in Little League when you had all the energy in the world. Now we're a little older. It takes a little bit more to get going.
So having, obviously playing one conference series and then taking a little bit of a break from conference play before, the home stretch of the season, is that kind of an advantage for you guys?
Just focusing on the next game and trying to play well. We didn't play that well we pitched well this weekend. We didn't hit that well this weekend, so giving us a chance to get our bats going again this weekend here at home.
What did you see from the pitchers? It did seem like there was a lot of long starts, a lot of, it'd be in the 6th inning, Texas would have 1 hit or something like that. What did you really see from your perspective?
Our pitchers gave us a chance to win every day. They only gave up 8, 9 hits maybe all weekend, and they just gave us a chance to win every game. And that's what, if they do that every game, then I think we're gonna have a good season this year.
How much is a weekend like this when you have 2 different teams, 5 days in a row, where you guys can, obviously you want to win, but work on different things. You have 2 different opponents to see how things work against. How much is a weekend like this just trying to fix things about the team and see how you can make the team better going forward?
We'll get a chance to see, I think Micah Dallas is starting on Thursday, so we'll get a chance to see him in the starting role this weekend. And then I'm not sure who's starting Monday. We guess probably Bryce Bonnet, I'm guessing. And we'll just get a chance to throw here on the weekend, along with Erickson, Killian, and Montgomery that threw well this weekend.
So it's mainly just seeing all the different starting pitchers and how many guys get to come through.
Yeah, that'll help a lot, and then everybody will get a lot of at-bats on the team.